utilizing their resources unnecessarily for something that the developer should be doing.
Right.
That's all. So I know you can do it.
I'll do it after hours, give you one beer.
Oh, don't put that on tape.
All right, let's not get carried away here. We have still a lot of business in front of us. Anything else on Valley Road?
When I actually bought my house and moved in, 6 months later, or 9 months, or maybe a year or so later, I found out that there was still, they had never filled out the paperwork to release the conservation on my house. I did that on my own. So it was transferred to me with a
That's not us.
easement by the CPC on Woodville. I don't know who, if that's my lawyer's fault or, but whatever, but that.
Title company too.
I mean, it was a trivial thing to fill out, just a piece of paper,
Right. But it was included on your deed when you bought it, so somebody missed that, including the bank. A lot of people missed that.
Well, we had paper street issues too, with, when we bought houses that, we did, paper street issues.
And then I don't see on the punch list, Mr. Chairman, as far as the tot lot or whatever was supposed to be there,
It's
that
now a vegetated, treed, kind of. forest
passive
area.
recreation area?
Yeah,
And it's going to conservation.
and conservation has agreed with that.
Sounds like woods to
And
me.
what?
Conservation
I
has
wish it
agreed
was
with
Except that area.
Whereas it was originally deeded to Parks and Rec, and, this was from back in like 1995, and then, my predecessor left, and then at that time, Ryan Wood came to us and said, no, we didn't really want that, so conservation agreed to have it deeded to them.
It was forced on them. They didn't ask for it.
Right,
Right.
right.
Anything else? Yes, sir.
Could somebody, say what the punch list is? I mean, the gentleman over there showed me a list, but some of those things I believe that were already done, so I don't know what needs to be done or what already done.
There's only one.
I have the old nine list.
Yeah, I think there were 3 trees in question. I don't know if have they replaced those yet? They're going to replace
So
them.
last year, they took out some trees from my
Yeah,
property.
there's more trees, there were 3 more trees that are in question.
They never put it back.
Well, they're gonna replace those trees.
Okay.
And then Mike has a small punch list and it's on the retention pond. And cleaning the drainage system, so we get a clean system, and that's it.
And the top lot is gonna stay the way it is?
The top lot is now forested, correct?
Yeah, Chris, I'm showing $12,000 plant stuff on the top lot, that's what
Right.
we're talking
That's exactly it. And then conservation is gonna take that.
about. But the construction.
Chris, I thought there was one other item, the drain at the intersection of Deer Valley and Central Street. Needed to be removed or repositioned.
Minor, it's just a framing grate on top of the
Framing
structure.
grate.
Okay.
It's just huge.
Don't want to miss it.
No, he hasn't missed it.
Anything else on Valley Road? And I take it we have a layout?
It's right in front of me.
You have a layout.
Okay, so I will close the public hearing if no one objects, and ask Mr. Prisco for a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the layout of Valley Road as shown on a plan drawn by O'Neill Associates dated June 30th, 2006, revised June 2nd, 2010, by signing said plan and reporting to the town.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Next is the,
Sign that as we go. We waiting?
Sign them after?
Sign them as we go?
we'll sign them as after,
it's
yes.
gonna- it's a-
Yeah, we're
moving those
already
papers around is tough too.
have time to make up. So next is the layout of New Campbellton Estates, Old Coach Road, Croswell Corner. And I'll proceed with reading the order of notice. The Selectmen of North Reading hereby give notice of their intention to lay out townways from New Campbellton Estates, Old Coach Road, starting at Station 0+00 on the southwesterly end of existing Old Coach Road to Station 17+00 at Marblehead Street. Croswell Corner, starting at Station 0+00 on the northerly side of Old Coach Road to Station 4+54.63, substantially in the location of private ways known as New Campbellton Estates, Old Coach Road and Croswell Corner, under the provision of law, and that they will meet on Monday, September 13, 2010, at 7:20 PM in Room 14, Town Hall, 235 North Street, North Reading, to hear all persons interested, by order of the Board of Selectmen of North Reading, the second day of September 2010, signed by Mr. Prisco, the Clerk of the Board of Selectmen. Are there any representatives from any homeowners from the Campbellton Estate area here this evening? None. What is on the punch list for,
There's several things, Mr. Chairman. There's the intersection of, the new side of Old Coach and Marblehead. There's utility trenches, and that needs, on Marblehead Street, and it needs to be, milled and overlaid. That's one of the things. You need a fence around the detention basin right there. And that we got an okay right away. As soon as, Bruce Wheeler heard that was like that, we'll take care of that, you know. But they've been, this was again another one of those site walks last Friday. They went out to these places and, they talked about them all, and gotta get new numbers.
Hi, George Gallagher from Habitat.
Thank you.
There's one street tree, and I think the rest of these things are, they're plan modifications, not your, you know, things that need to be on the plan differently, or not there.
I have a question.
Mr. Prisco?
Mark Clark had a concern, I'm not sure if I documented it correctly, but he wanted measurements of the water shut-off plates in the street, so when there's snow and ice, and the covers are hidden, he knows where they are through
Right,
measurements.
that's on the plan.
It's on the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna make some measurements to some known markers, and they're gonna put them on the plan so they can find them. They can take a tape out and measure.
The developer's gonna do that, right?
Yeah. The engineering company will do that.
I just, he mentioned it, though, that I thought they had already done it.
They're going on these plans after we sign off on them tonight? Is that where they're going?
No.
No, that's just, you're looking at a surveying plan.
Okay,
This is more the detail of what we built.
okay.
Two different plans, too.
Any other comments on the layout of New Campbellton Estates?
Just, we have a representative from Habitat
Yep, George Gallagher.
and the commitment to complete it.
Yeah, we actually have, the overlay is scheduled for next week. I got a contract with the fence that's going in next week. John Pasquale, is gonna put in the tree, I think, next week. And we'll obviously update the plans with whatever is required.
Thank you.
Any other questions for gentlemen? Okay, at this point, I'll close the public hearing on New Campbellton Estates, and Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the layout of New Campbellton Estates, Old Coach Road and Croswell Corner, as shown on a plan drawn by Hayes Engineering Incorporated, dated July 28, 2010, by signing said plan and reporting to the town.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Next item is layout of 10 Rod Way. I will proceed with opening the public hearing. The Selectmen of North Reading hereby give notice of their intention to lay out 10 Rod Way, starting at Station 0+0 on the northerly side of Marblehead Street to Station 10 plus 53.91, substantially in the location of a private way known as 10 Rod Way under the provisions of law, and that they will meet on Monday, September 13, 2010, at 7:25 PM in Room 14, Town Hall, 235 North Street, North Reading, to hear all persons interested. By order of the Board of Selectmen of North Reading, this second day of September 2010, signed by the clerk, Mr. Prisco of the Board of Selectmen. Anyone here? Residents of 10 Rod Way. Mr. Hayden.
Again, there's they need to do some overlay work at the intersection of Marblehead and Great Lot, and I'll bet it's gonna be done next week.
Scheduled.
There's a small section of detention pond that's accessible from the roadway, and we've asked for a guardrail or a fence to be put in there. And the other items are plan related, as-built plan related, not not layout plan related.
Okay, questions?
There was also a water gate that needed to be raised, we've done that, we've completed that work.
Okay.
Oh, that was Mike.
Michael, anything else? Any other questions? At this point, I'll close the hearing on 10 Rod Way. Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the layout of 10 Rod Way as shown on a plan drawn by Hayes Engineering dated July 27, 2010, by signing said plan and reporting to the town.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. The next is the laying out of a townway, Janice Ave. I'll open the public hearing and read the notice. The Selectmen of North Reading hereby give notice of their intention to lay out townway, Janice Ave, starting at Station 5+25 of Janice Ave to Station 6+25 plus or minus substantially in the location of a private way known as Janice Ave under the provisions of law, and that they will meet on Monday, September 13, 2010 at 7:30 p.m. in Room 14, Town Hall, 235 North Street, North Reading, to hear all persons interested by order of the Board of Selectmen of North Reading, the second day of September 2010, signed by Mr. Prisco, Clerk of the Board of Selectmen. Any homeowners affected on Janice Way? Yes, sir.
I have no comment at this time, at 39 North Street, right at the corner of North and Janice.
Mr. Hayden.
There was one item that design consultants found, but Mrs. Sorrigan has said it's the condition of that roadway, in the cul-de-sac. This is actually a road improvement plan because Janice existed, part of the cul-de-sac existed, and Habitat went in and finished that cul-de-sac out properly to the specs. We used a pervious pavement down there, so it looks like it retains water in a storm. It does, but then it drains through. So it's just, it takes a little bit longer. It doesn't go out to a pond. It's draining down through the asphalt as designed. And the other issues again are just plan issues. There's some issues on our plans, the as-built plans that need to be improved.
Any other input?
There was another water gate we raised.
You got a word, that was from Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other input? Janice Way. I'll close the public hearing. Mr. Prisco.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the layout of Janice Ave as shown on a plan drawn by Hayes Engineering Incorporated dated July 27, 2010, by signing said plan and reporting to the town.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Prisco, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Next item is related to McIntyre Crossing subdivision. Open the public hearing and read the order of notice. The Selectmen of North Reading hereby give notice of their intention to lay out townways from McIntyre Crossing subdivision. McIntyre Drive from the point of intersection with Elm Street at Station 0+00 to Station 30+13.13, John Pearson Lane from the point of intersection with McIntyre Drive